Hey everybody, welcome back to Trinity Dairy. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so. You can check out our merch store. We'll have a link in the description for that. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Today is April 19th, 2024. It's cold today. We actually got some snow this morning, covered the ground. It's melted off now, but it's still, I think it's only in the mid 30s. And it's still spitting a little bit of snow now. But that can happen this time of the year. It's supposed to be cooler, I think, this whole week, warmer than today, but there's a crazy wind coming out of the west. We're pretty blocked from it here, but it is pretty windy. But anyway, my brother Paul's here kind of helping me out today. We got the 1066 hooked up to the field cultivator, and I got the spike tooth behind that. So we're going to go over the oat ground, get a finishing pass on that. I just picked up a load of fertilizer, so I'm gonna put the 1256 on here, spread out the fertilizer, then he's gonna go over it with that, kind of work that fertilizer in so the urea doesn't evaporate, and I got urea and potash in here, so the potash gets worked in and the urea doesn't evaporate too much, which in this weather I don't know that it would anyway, because it's cold and cloudy and all that, but going over it to work it in anyway, might as well work that in. So I'm going to fire up the 12, get that over here, get this hooked up, and we'll see if we can get that done. I was going to talk a second too on this 1256. I did it in a couple videos back that I had replaced the two 6-volt batteries. I just put one bigger 12-volt battery in, and was trying that out to see how it was going to work. And I think there was maybe some people that were a little bit confused, and I guess it was my fault. I didn't really specify, because they asked if I put a 12-volt alternator on to do that. So with the two 6-volt batteries that it had, they were hooked together so that they were putting out 12 volts. So the whole system is still 12 volts. They were just using two 6-volt batteries hooked together to get the 12 volt instead of a single 12-volt battery. Just gets you more amperage when you do it that way than having a single 12. But so far this single 12 has been working good. I guess we'll find out right now. It's a little, like I said, it's kind of cold today, so we'll see how it does here starting today. No problem, started good. All right, we'll let it warm up and then we'll hook up the spreader. Well, it seems to be working pretty good. Had a little issue on that field cultivator. That one wing was dropping down. I don't know if we had an air pocket in the hydraulics for some reason. I know I put a hose on there last year, but I used it since then, so I don't know what was going on there, because the one wing had settled down and it was digging too deep. But we got it back up now, so I'll see if it holds there. But it seems to be doing a pretty nice job clearing out all them ridges. It's looking pretty good. So I got this field, all the fertilizer spread on here. I'm going to run up to the other one now. That piece is about 7 acres, I think. Get that one covered, and I'm hoping to go and plant tomorrow. At least get started. I know we won't finish. It's snowing again now. I do have another field. I talked about it a little bit, a few miles from here. I think it's only 3-4 acres. I got to talk to the guy and make sure he still wants me to put oats in there. He had kind of a food plot in there the last couple of years, but he's got it plowed already, so I just got to disc it. But I might run over and put some fertilizer on that also. But that's not a very big piece. I want to get majority of this done at home first, but if I got fertilizer left, I'll run over and put some on there just to get the spreader empty. So we'll head up now. I'm going to head up and do that. I probably won't take any more video up there, because with this spreader there ain't really much to video. I can kind of explain a little bit how they work if some of you don't know. And this, the place I get the fertilizer, they rent these out. Buy fertilizer there, then you rent the spreader, and then you can use it. So the power takeoff, all that drives is this spinner on the back that spreads it out. This is a single spinner. Some of them have 2 spinners. I don't know, I kind of like the double spinner better, but it seems maybe a little more even. I don't know, everybody has their own preference, I guess. It's supposed to do about a 50-foot spread. It seems like with this single spinner, it spreads a lot further on one side than the other. Of course, this wind doesn't really help that either. This wind, I think, tends to blow it a little more one way, so I try to kind of compensate for that. But this chain, this stainless steel chain with these holes in it that pulls the fertilizer back, that's driven by this little wheel. There's a rope you pull, this wheel rides on this tire, and it drives, it's geared to drive that chain at a certain rate. And then there's a chart on the back, depending on what you have for fertilizer, what the weight is. There's settings on this door, so how far it's open, and that kind of regulates how much is coming out of there. So that's pretty simple. That's about it. They're kind of a used and abused machine, but they do a decent job for what they go through, and having to haul that fertilizer, and pretty hard on steel parts. So anyway, I'm gonna go get that other one done. Paul's gonna keep going out here. It's going pretty good, so we'll keep rolling with that. Once I get done up there, I don't know if he'll be done here yet or not, but we'll get a little more footage of him running the cultivator. Well, I was trying to track Paul down, but I think he's pretty much done out here. I see him over at the other corner. He's kind of finishing up, so I think we can move on to the next piece. I got that all spread out now, but this turned out pretty nice. It worked up nice. It's been corn for a long time, so there's no sod clumps or anything. That helps. And once I get done seeding it, we'll probably go over it with the field roller just to level it down, push down any stray rocks around. I don't think there's anything out here too much that I got to do any major picking. There's a couple out here that are decent sized, but looks like he's done. He's just pulled out onto the hay field there, so I think we can head up to the other field. So how'd that go?
Need more radial tires on there.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with that.
That wings start behaving?
It would zag after time, and then I just wiggle it all the way back up, and then it would kind of reset it.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that cylinder's packing inside might be leading back a little. Well, we'll get this back drag folded up. I got done up there, so spreading. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the next day. We're up here in the second field that we're getting ready for oats. I got all the fertilizer spread on here on this piece last night. My brother had to get going. He had some stuff going on and I had to go back for chores. So we did not wind up getting this cultivated in yet. So I'm going to do that this morning. And then I'm going to run, I've got a little bit of fertilizer left in the spreader. So I got to go down a few miles away. I got another field that I rent. I'm going to put the rest of that on there. And then that's got to be kind of worked in yet. So I was going to do that right away this morning, but it was like 30 degrees this morning and I don't have any heat or anything in that other tractor. So I figured I'd let it warm up a little before I took off down the road with that. So I got Josh out here with me. He's going to ride along. I got heat in there, so that's good. So we'll get that fired up, warmed up a little bit, and we'll get this piece worked in. It shouldn't take us too long. Well, there we go. Got that piece done. It really worked up nice. Few rocks out here to pick, but not much. I don't even know, maybe a skid steer bucket load is probably about all that's out here that would be worth picking. The other field's kind of the same way. There isn't too much out there. Using the disc for the main tillage doesn't nearly bring up the rocks like if I would have dug it with this field cultivator where you're digging deeper. That'll really work the rocks up. Man, it's windy out here. But anyway, so this piece is done. This is about 7 acres. The bigger piece, that's about 16 acres. That one's pretty much ready to seed. Now I'm gonna run over, we'll take the fertilizer over, do that other little piece. I think that's only about 4 acres. It's not very big. So we'll fertilize that, and I think I'm just gonna bring the disc over, work that in a little bit, set that disc a little bit lighter to try to finish it off a little bit better. Maybe bring the smaller spike tooth over there when I'm ready to seed. We'll see what happens there, how it works out, but that's pretty sandy, so it should smooth off pretty good. But I'm going to shut this off and we'll head back, and I'm going to take off with that fertilizer, I think. Well, there, got that spread out. That come out pretty nice. I had a little bit of fertilizer left from last year at home. I dumped in that spreader and spread that out here too. It came out about perfect. I think even without that, it would have been all right. I made a couple extra passes on here just to empty it out, but that went really good. It's pretty rough out here. I had hay in here for quite a few years, and then I think the last couple years, the landowner here, he had some corn and soybeans and stuff he put down here for the deer and whatever, which was good. Got it worked up and got some weed control in here. And then he had gone through with his tractor. He disked, or he had a little digger maybe, and kind of worked it up. There's a patch there that he had plowed, and then there's another little piece in the back. He had actually gone over that with his 3-point rototiller, so that's pretty smooth. I'm probably just going to hit that piece lightly with the disc just to kind of turn in the fertilizer and then the grass that's sprouted up back there. But I think this piece, I'm going to hit it pretty aggressive with the disc, the first pass, just to kind of chew everything up and kind of break down what he plowed there. And then I'll set the disc a little less aggressive to kind of finish it off and see if I need to bring like the spike tooth over or something to kind of level it off. It's such a small field, if you have to go over it a few times, it's not really a big deal. So my brother Paul's going to be bringing the disc over with the pickup, so I don't have to drive the tractor and spreader all the way back home. I can just have the tractor here and swap him out when he gets here, so we'll wait for him to get here. Well, it seems to be disking up really nice. I got the wings down and I still got it set pretty aggressive, but it's not leaving any ridges or anything, so I might leave it set like that. Make my first pass over it and see. I think I am going to bring a spike tooth down here. I've got one, a 16-foot that'll hook behind the disc, just to kind of level it off a little bit more, being there's some corn stalk clumps and stuff out here. But I don't need that on right now. I can bring that down later. But I think I'm going to finish up here, and then probably Paul's going to come and pick me up. He went and brought the fertilizer spreader back. He's going to come and pick me up and run home. I might get that spike tooth loaded. Got to get the grain drill out of the shed yet. I'm not going to get any seed in the ground today. I was hoping to, but it just didn't quite pan out that way. But we'll probably, I'm hoping tomorrow's Sunday, so I probably aren't going to do anything tomorrow. But Monday, I think we'll be able to start seeding and getting some seed in the ground. And it looks nice all week. A little cooler, but nice weather, so we should have good weather for seeding. But I think we'll wrap this video up. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
You got the head where you need it? Nose is coming out?
Feel good? Okay, pull nice and gentle and easy pressure. Even pressure. Keep coming. Keep coming. So you reach in and stretch it out. Keep pulling. You got it. You got it. Boom. All right, get that calf in the recovery position.
I'll push it out somewhat, but keep pushing it all the way.
Yeah, it'd be basically the same thing.
Get the second back. Yep, thumb perfect, right there, perfect. Now just roll your hand that way. I've got this one, leaving with that thing. Okay, see how I made a loop? Hold, nice even pressure. Keep going. Keep coming. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Where's our head? Okay, so now we need more lube, and we're gonna, what I like to do in this, when we have like it pretty tight here, even if that head's coming normal, I get my head on top of that calf, and I push up. So I'm stretching everything nice and easy, and I'm giving that head room. Okay? Keep going, guys, keep going. There you go, it's coming out. Let it down. Boom, boom. All right. All right, put it in the recovery position. Make sure it's breathing tight so it doesn't keep slipping off the legs. Nice. At night, maybe you shouldn't be working cows in the dark at night with a mom cow that's stressed out. You should maybe have another person there anyway. Okay, so think about that as well. When the chest clears, I don't think I said this at all earlier. So when the chest clears, if you watch a cow's calving, she's laying down, calf's coming out normal. If I take a calf and I cut it into pieces the long way, looking down the barrel, okay? That's the cross section. There's three main points that are the wide, okay? Shoulders, chest, and then hips. Hips being the widest. So that's how I pull them out, right? Okay, they come one after another. Shoulders come first. The pelvis is not a circle, it's an oval, okay? So, my shoulders, if I try to pull that calf out perfectly straight up and down, the shoulder shape does not match the pelvis shape, okay? That calf should come out a little bit sideways so that the shoulders can fit through the pelvis. So, turn them on their side. Match the shape, okay? Now remember, you got a leg. If I already got shoulders out, I'm not working on shoulders getting through the pelvis anymore. They already passed. Okay? I'm working on something else. So shoulders first. You can alternatively, if you got a real tight fit, you can shimmy them out, okay? So instead of coming out like this, I'm gonna come out like that because I'm more narrow. Then I'll shimmy the next one. Okay, some calf jacks are set up like that. I hate them because they pinch your fingers constantly, so don't ever use them. But, I hate them, okay? That's the simplest machine ever created. And it doesn't pinch you. All right, so you can shimmy them out. Now the chest, if I leave them on the side, now the chest is deep this way, okay? So I gotta turn them upright again to match the shape, okay? They do this on their own if you watch them a lot of the time. So I gotta turn them upright again to get that to match. Now hips, I'm gonna do a lot of hip lock calves, okay? And the solution, even though you've been yanking on it with it coming along, skid steer. Okay? Don't act like I'm crazy for saying that, right? Okay? Don't do that, first of all. They're hip locked. Do not match the shape to the shape of the pellets. I've shown up in the middle of the skid steer action, okay, dragging the cow around. First thing I do is start yelling, so be prepared if I come to your farm that way, okay? But the next thing I do is you unhook everything and I just push it back in. Twist it, and it falls out, okay? Match the shape. They need to come out on their side. So once you start seeing chest and a little past chest,
project, is that animal good structure? From the ground up, are their feet good? Are their legs good? Are their joints good? Is it all designed how they should be? Right? And we're going to look at an example here in a minute. On meat animals, do they have the meat animal shape? Does my steer look like this? Or does my steer look like this? Is he a box? Is he square topped? Or, you know,